I'm not gonna say it no more. I probably am. Listen, if you are a fan of the Godfather movies, especially that first one, you need to watch the show. The Offer, episodes 4 and 5. Now, this is not a play-by-play recap. This is just pretty much summarizing these last 2 episodes. So, reviewing the first 3 episodes last time, where we left off is that The Godfather finally gets greenlit. Okay, that's a small victory. Now comes the hard part. Actually getting the movie made. The sets, the cast, the crew, especially the cast. So Coppola, being the artist that he is, he has a clear vision. He wants nobody but Al Pacino and Marlon Brando for the roles of the Don and Michael. And of course, you know, when you look back now, it's like nobody else could have played those roles. But at the time, there were so many names floating around who could have played those roles. And I remember even De Niro tried out for Michael. He wants nobody but Pacino. Okay, so Al fought tooth and nail to get Pacino this part, and he finally got it. He actually went over Bob's head, who was the studio head. He went over his head. Well, not the studio. I think Bob is like the executive producer or whatever, but he went to the real big guy. Okay, he went to God of Paramount and said, "Yo, we have to get Al Pacino," and he approved it. But guess what? Al signed a contract to do a movie for MGM, so he is out. Fuck. It's amazing that anything ever gets made at all, because there's just so many obstacles and problems that go into the filmmaking process. When you watch the final product, like, damn, that's a classic. But man, little do you know, the struggle to get that film made is a film all by itself. And that's why this show exists. And now I want to see a Jaws show about how Jaws was made. I think that'd be dope as hell too. Like, in the spirit of The Offer, yo, call it like, I don't know, bite size or some shit like that, something like that. But anyways, I'm getting off track here. Al now is an MGM, so now Al has to convince Bob to go to the MGM exec and say, hey, let's do a swap here. You get De Niro, we get Al. You know what I'm saying? So Bob doesn't even want Pacino. He doesn't even want to touch Pacino. But Al goes over his head, gets Pacino anyway, now has to convince the guy that hates him to get him back. Al's a bad motherfucker. If persistence was a person, it would be Al, what's his last name? I almost said Al Roker. But Al, I forgot. It'll come back to me. Yeah, Al is the most persistent motherfucker I've ever seen. Smooth talking, man. He's my hero. I want to be like him when he grows up. Okay, damn Francis Ford Coppola. Al really made this movie possible. But of course, Coppola gave it, the art. You know what I'm saying? He gave us the memorable shit that we see on screen. So yeah, shout out to Francis Ford Coppola too. And Coppola, he's a stubborn bastard. Like, Al actually lost his cool in one of the few times that you ever see him lose his cool. When after he went over Bob's head, he said, okay, now we got Pacino. But he says, okay, I'm going to give you Pacino, but James Caan has to play Sonny, and that's it. Coppola still doesn't want it. Like, no, I'm not going to do that. Like, dude, take it. Okay, I got you, Pacino. I got you, Brando. All right, just take the fucking win. Just give this guy's dignity back. Let's move on and make this picture. Because even Brando was a hard sell. Because Brando at the time was considered poison to the studios. Like, he had like a string of flops. He wasn't doing really good as an actor. He was considered trouble, hard to work with, but he's still one of the baddest motherfuckers on the planet as far as being an actor. But they was able to get him. So now we have two of our major players in place, right? Now comes time for the locations, the sets. They're having problems with that now. They can't get the proper permits to shoot what they want to shoot at, and that's where the mafia gets involved. So, yo, Al's got some fucking, he got some shit to deal with, because not only is he dealing with the studios fucking with him, but now he's in the bed with the mafia who are making moves to make sure those permits get passed. But as a result of that, you having gangsters work for you. You're having fucking cold-blooded killers on your crew. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this is some shit, y'all. So, so episode 5 leaves off with, was it episode 4 or 5? I think it was the last episode where Coppola arranges the Corleone family to sit together for the first time. This is the main shit that sticks out to me from both episodes. Besides Marlon Brando too, the guy that plays Marlon Brando killed it. Like, he looked the part. He actually captured Brando. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't quite have the Godfather voice yet, but I'm pretty sure he's gonna get there. But he sits the cast and crew down, like the Corleone family, to have a real authentic Italian dinner cooked by Talia Shire, his sister, who's cast as Connie. And they actually get into character while they're having this dinner. And it gave me chills because I love The Godfather. And even though a lot of them don't really look like the characters, with the exception of Brando and Pacino, but I knew the characters right away, even down to Fredo. I'm like, okay, that's gotta be Fredo. Oh yeah, that's definitely Sonny. Okay, and that's Connie's husband, you know, the one that was beating on her, and even just little subtle shit like James Caan biting his fist, because if you remember in the movie, after he found out that what's the name, the husband slapped Connie, you know, the first thing he did was, where is he? I'm gonna fucking kill this guy. Loved it. Loved that scene. That's my favorite scene so far on this show, is just seeing them sit down and then Coppola and Alla looking at each other like, you see this? Like, yeah, this is gonna be a great movie. this is something special. I wish I could have been a fly on the wall, you know, say at that dinner if that actually happened. You know what I mean? But so far my gripes still continue with the show as far as the Italians, the mafia goes. They make them almost caricatures. You know what I'm saying? Especially Giovanni Ribisi as Columbo. He is like a caricature of that. I mean, I've never met the guy, but just hearing from, you know, interviews, people that actually knew the guy, like, nah, he's a buffoon. You know, Michael Franzese, if I'm saying his name right, he talked about it in one of his videos, like, no, that's not how he was at all. Like, these motherfuckers was no buffoons. You talking about these are cold-blooded killers, smooth, just, you know what I'm saying, the most gangster niggas that you ever want to be around. You know what I'm saying? They're like lions, you know what I mean? But lions with suits, you know? And they have them like almost cartoonish, almost like a Looney Tunes cartoon. Like, hey, what are you saying? All right, you know. You know, like with the guy with the cigar in his mouth. Hey, what do you say there, you know? Fuck out of here, man. I was talking shit about Al Pacino last time about how he almost reminded me of Dustin Hoffman from Rain Man. And I'm still not 100% sold on the actor playing Al Pacino, but I will say, when he got into Michael mode, when he started acting like Michael, I said, okay, he may not be Al Pacino, but that damn sure is Michael, because he captured Michael. And I know some of you probably gonna say, Rashad, it's the same person, idiot. Fuck you, okay? This is my opinion. All right, make your video and I will watch your shit, all right? And critique you on your fucking opinion. But yeah, Pacino, I'm not really, but he's got Michael. And now I want to see the actual filming process, okay? We got through all the pre-production stuff, which is fascinating. Now I want to see the real meat and potatoes of this, is the actual shoot, the making of it. Because I heard Coppola and Brando got into it a lot, to the point where I'm surprised they ever worked together again, because they worked together on Apocalypse Now, which I know is a whole nother series by itself, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I just want to see the shooting of it, like how the shoot actually went. You know what I'm saying? Great show so far. I'm all in. All right, that's it, and that's all. I'm all in. Check this shit out, please, if you haven't already. I mean, I did kind of spoil some shit, but fuck it. There's not much to spoil. It's about the making of The Godfather, so spoiler, the movie Godfather got made. Smashed all kind of records. Coppola became a household name, all kind of Academy Awards. Sorry, I spoiled it. Fuck out of here. If you've seen the show, what you think about it, comment freely. If you like and dig this content, hit that like and subscribe notification bell in the corner. This is Rashad G signing out. See you in the next video.